Hello and welcome to Accessible Globe TV. We have a world map behind me today because I'm talking about a worldwide issue. We're talking about the American situation politically with Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. We'll do that right now on Accessible Globe TV. As I said, normally I don't want to talk about politics. I certainly don't want to talk about politics that aren't focused on Australia. But the American situation has got me just a little bit worried, and now it's got me worried from the point of view of disability. I don't know what fake news is. Donald Trump does, or so he says. I don't know what's real. I don't know what isn't. But I heard something this week that was very disturbing from the nephew of Donald Trump, who has a disabled son. And what he said really frightened me. Let's have a listen to him right now.
After his uncle was elected president, Fred Trump says he saw an opportunity to advocate for the disabled.
I was in the Oval Office 12 times and that was our mission, to advocate for people with complex disabilities. It culminated in May of 2020 in the Oval Office. Donald was there and he was very gracious. Several other folks were there, including the group that we brought down. We dispersed. I was asked to go back and see Donald. He greeted me with his familiar, "Hey pal, how's it going?" We sat down for a bit and he just came out with, "These people, all the expenses, they should just die." He's talking about human beings who have complex issues, and the first thing he could say was, they should just die.
Fred claims this wasn't isolated, describing a phone call to alert his uncle the medical fund set up by the family for his son William was running low, a fund he says the former president consistently replenished.
A couple of years ago, I called him. I said, "Donald, the fund's running out." And without hesitation, he said, "Your son doesn't recognize you. Let him die and move to Florida."
Were you surprised?
It's a great question. My response was, "No, Donald, he does recognize me," and said, "I'll thanks," and hung up. Was I surprised? I don't think you could hear something like that and not be surprised. But that is what he has become. It's sad.
Now, there are a couple of things that concern me and make me wonder about this whole story. First of all, it's obvious that Mr. Trump, or the nephew of Mr. Trump, is obviously trying to sell a new memoir. So it's very advantageous to him to have something fairly controversial to say, to publish his memoir, I guess. Also, of course, he stated that Donald Trump put into the fund to support his nephew. But on looking into that, I realized that was something to do with inheritances and all kind of things that we don't know. The point that I'm trying to make is, if Donald Trump said the things that it was said he said, it's abhorrent, it's disgusting. And nobody with those beliefs should ever hold any political office anywhere in the world. It's disturbing, it's wrong, and it's disgusting. And of course, even though he's an American leader, his decisions affect the whole world, including Australia. I just wanted to bring this story to people's notice, to keep it in mind, to keep your eye out, to check if it is true, to see if it sounds right. I'll leave it with you, and that's all I've got to say today on Accessible Globe TV. See you again next week.
If you've enjoyed our content, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like and share the segments. It really does help. Special thanks to Simple Solutions. They're a wonderful NDIS training organisation and also an NDIS provider. Thank you to Hello World Travel in Harvey Bay, who do all the bookings for our various travel adventures. Totally Mobile, who are there for all your mobility needs. Also, a big thanks to the National Disability Insurance Scheme. It's provided by the government, but without it I would have loads of trouble actually living life and making these programs. Thanks to everyone, and we'll see you again real soon.